Hello everyone and welcome. It's November 5th and wow, we've got a pretty major weather event brewing across South India. If you have any plans for this afternoon or evening, you're definitely going to want to pay close attention. So let's break down what's coming.
All right, first things first, let's get right to the headline you absolutely need to know for today.
So, the big story today? Widespread convective thunderstorms. What that means for you is that many areas are going to see some pretty significant thundery rainfall, especially later this afternoon and heading into the evening. A day that starts out calm and sunny is very likely to end with a stormy night.
But that immediately brings up the question, right? Why is this happening today? Let's get into the atmospheric science behind this whole forecast.
So what exactly is going on up there to create such a huge rain event? Well, it's not just one thing, but a really fascinating interaction happening between two different layers of the atmosphere.
Okay, now this is where it gets really interesting. I want you to imagine two massive rivers of air flowing at different heights and in completely opposite directions. Way up high, at about 5,000 feet, we have winds coming from the west. But then, much lower, down at 1,500 feet, the winds are coming from the east. This clash creates what meteorologists call wind shear, or as the source calls it, friction, uraivu. This friction essentially forces that moist surface air to shoot upwards, and that powerful upward motion is the engine that builds these thunderstorms.
And this perfectly illustrates the kind of rain we're talking about, convective rain, or Vepachalana Malay. The sun heats the ground all morning, right? That warm, moist air wants to rise, and that wind clash we just saw gives it the extra push it needs to get going. As it rises, it cools, condenses, and forms these massive thunderclouds. So the crucial point here is, a hotter day often means a much stormier evening.
Okay, now that we understand the why, let's look at the where. We'll start with the forecasts for the state's neighboring Tamilnadu before we zoom in for a closer look.
Looking at Kerala, it seems the entire state is likely to see some rain, but the intensity is going to vary quite a bit. The heaviest downpours are really expected in the southern and central districts, so if you're in that part of the state, be prepared for some more intense showers later on today.
Now, over in Karnataka, it's a pretty similar story. The focus for heavier rain is on the southern interior, and that includes major cities like Bengaluru and Mysuru. Other parts of the state can probably expect lighter, more scattered showers.
Heading east into Andhra Pradesh, the Rayalaseema region is the real hotspot, with widespread moderate to heavy rain expected there. A little farther north in Telangana, the chances are a bit more scattered, just a possibility of some lighter rain, even around Hyderabad.
And now let's zero in on Tamil Nadu, which is right at the center of this whole weather system. The potential for heavy rain here is, well, it's extensive.
This table really just shows how widespread the threat is. As you can see, right from the north interior, down to the central and delta regions, and then across to the south and west, a huge number of districts are on alert for moderate to heavy thunderstorms. It's a very active forecast across the state.
Now, for the remaining areas, the far southern districts like Kanyakumari and Tirunelveli are looking at more light to moderate rain. And for the Chennai metropolitan region, including Tiruvallur, Kanchipuram, and Chengalpattu, the forecast is for a solid chance of moderate rain.
Okay, I know that was a lot of detail. So let's pull back and just summarize the two most important takeaways for the day. What do you absolutely need to know?
First thing, the trigger. We're expecting daytime temperatures to be significantly above normal by 2 to as much as 5 degrees Celsius. This extra heat is the fuel for all those convective storms we've been talking about. So yeah, it's going to feel unusually warm before the rain arrives.
And this brings us to the day's timeline. It's really a tale of two halves. You can expect a hot and mostly dry morning and early afternoon. But as that heat builds up, you'll want to watch the skies. Because during the late afternoon and into the evening, those clouds will start developing, leading to the widespread thunderstorms we've been forecasting.
So remember, the key takeaway is a hot day followed by a stormy evening. But hey, weather is always local, right? So what are you seeing right now? Is it raining where you are? Let us know in the comments, share your updates and your videos. It helps everyone get a better picture of what's happening in real time. Stay safe, and thanks for watching.